soil that was there got washed down into the rivers, and the tea plantations were rendered useless. And then the tea plantations were abandoned and the land went into this grassland that is now behind me. The answer we have got in Sri Lanka, as well as in the rest of the world, is a gift of pinus and eucalyptus forests, monocultures, forests that contain only one species. Now, if you listen, you will hear the sound of the wind. There's no birds calling around. There are no animals, there are no mammals, because nothing lives here. These pinus and eucalyptus forests were planted for one reason and one reason only, and that is to produce wood over the shortest period of time. If we walk down to a little patch that was accidentally left behind by the people who grew this forest, you will see that the native forest has biodiversity of plants, of animals, has better soils, has medicinal plants, and provides a home for all the creatures that were once Sri Lanka. These natural forests are extremely important, not only for all the trees in the soil, but also for plants like this. This is smilax, a really valuable herb, which is now in great demand the world over.
We followed that up with Secrets of the Soil. The secret life of plants, the main central idea, the main conceit, was that far from being inert, half-dead organisms, plants were sentient like you and I, and could receive communications and respond the way you and I can, even to a human thought. And that upset the professor system, the academics, and there was a lot of protest, but that just gave the book publicity and it became an international bestseller. In the sequel, Secrets of the Soil, we began to address the 100-year poisoning of the earth and the soil with so-called modern agricultural techniques. And in that book we proposed various brand new ways of going about getting crops, healthy crops, that did not poison the soil.
This, as you see around you, is our answer to the planting of pinus and of eucalyptus monocultures here in the tropics. What you see around you is a forest that we have created. We call it an analog forest. It is similar to the natural forest, but it has in it crops that are very valuable. Crops like cloves, crops like cardamom, crops like coffee. These things allow the person who's growing the forest to live comfortably and earn some money in the forest. In the meanwhile, all the birds, all the animals, and much of the plants that used to live in the old forest can live here again with us. In creating our analog forests, we also have plants at different levels. Here we have cardamom, and as you look down, you will see jackfruit, and you will see avocados coming up at different levels.
Today in North America, the average distance between where food is raised and where it's eaten is over 2,000 miles. So all of the costs of transporting that stuff is not included in some way in the actual cost of that food. we've got to start being much more local, locally based. We've got to eat local. We've got to eat seasonal. I've forgotten what the number is. Is it